Nice thing about Marlowe's Bluff Ace Assembly is it's done with a regular deck of cards. It can be done anytime, anywhere, and this is how it works. You start off by removing the 4 aces from the deck, which I'm going to do now. This is called up jogging, by the way, just taking the aces and pulling them forward. So once you get them all up jogged, you can just take and strip them out like this. The order of the aces to begin the trick is first the ace of diamonds, followed by the ace of clubs, followed by the ace of hearts, and the last ace is the ace of spade. So from face to back, it's diamonds, clubs, hearts, and spades, okay? So here's how it begins. Ladies and gentlemen, a little trick with 4 aces. And as you say those lines, you take the 4 aces, turn them face down on top of the deck, but keep a break with your little finger. And the best way to do that is either have the aces fanned out, and when you close them up, just keep your finger in there under the 4th one. Or the way that I do it most of the time is when I turn the aces down, I just overturn them. So what I mean by that, by overturning the cards, it's real easy for me to just keep my finger underneath. So whichever way you choose is fine, as long as you have a break under the 4 aces. Now you're going to do the bold substitution layout from magazine 2, and this is how it's done. You start off by saying the leader ace is the ace of spade. You take the top card, turn it face up, and then pick up the supposed ace. Actually, you're going to pick up all 4 in overhand position like this. Notice that my fingers are covering the whole front edge so the audience can't tell the thickness that it's more than one card. Okay, so once again, it just looks like this. The ace of spades will be the leader ace for these 3. So actually I have 4 here, but because my fingers again are covering the thickness, it looks like 1. I now place the supposed single card on top of the deck, really all 4, as my hands separate to adjust the row on the table. My thumb now just deals off the face-up ace of spade. That is the bold substitution layout. What happened there was you switched out 3 of the aces for 3 indifferent cards, and the aces are now on top of the deck. Okay? Next thing you do is you're going to deal supposedly 3 cards on top of each one of the aces. This is what you do. You take off a fan of 3 and you gesture as you say, I'm going to deal 3 cards with this ace, 3 cards with this ace, and 3 cards with this ace. As I point to the 3rd ace, when I think the deck is covered by my arm, that's when I'm going to push the top card just a little bit and pull it back and get a break. Okay, so I'm going to do it under cover of saying, one at a time, I'm going to place 3 cards on this ace, 3 cards on this ace, and 3 cards on this ace. So right now is when I'm getting the break. So now I come back, I add on the card from the break, and I hold the cards up at my fingertips like this, as my other hand takes the ace of spade and turns it face down. And my pattern there is we place 3 aces on this, 3 cards on this ace, 3 cards on this ace, 3 cards on this ace, but the ace of spades should be face down. Then I flash the bottom card here, it's really 4 cards, and I place them face down on the leader ace. Now I spread over 3 more, I square them up, I hold them for a second as I square, flash the bottom card and place them on the first ace. I do the same thing with the supposed ace in the center packet, 3 cards. When I get to the last one, I fan 3 cards, but I'm actually going to only take 2 of them. So when I come back and square the cards, the bottom card, the 6, gets left on top of the deck, and I square these 2. I show them and put them down. Okay, so now you're all set to begin the trick. Pretty much the hard part, the little bit of sleight of hand that was, is over. Okay, now the rest is pretty much the way you sell the trick in the presentation. So I start off by saying what I'm going to do is one at a time make the ace from this packet, and this packet join the leader ace of spades over here. And the reason I'm doing that, I want to do this gesture because I want them to see that there's indifferent cards here. So later on when these cards start changing, they remember, wow, I remember seeing the cards there, okay? So anyway, you turn the cards face down now. You start with the first packet, which should be the diamonds. And sometimes I'll say, let's see, we'll start with the first ace. Yeah, the diamonds, okay? And I'll pretend to check. Even though it's not there, I know I'm miscalling it as the diamonds. Put your hands on top. Give a little gesture. Come over to this packet, I wiggle them around just a little bit, and then I let the 2 bottom cards flip face up. I let this card flip face up, and for the last one, I do a Marlowe flourish, which appeared in special effects by Randy Wakeman. Marlowe used this for a lot more than just a bluff ace assembly, but it looks like this. It's just a little snap, and the card turns over, okay? And the way that works is you just, as your hand turns over, your thumb is going under the card and coming back, okay? So if it's done quickly, it's just a cute little flourish, okay? So now you pick up the leader packet, and you spread over one, and then spread over the next card, and then you stop. You gesture that the ace of diamonds has come over. This is where Marlowe used the words bluff ace assembly, because he's kind of bluffing that he's showing all the cards in this hand each time. He's not really, he's only showing you three, but it just kind of goes over your head that you're seeing everything. And anyway, that's where the bluff part came from. So you tap that, showing the first ace came over. Turn this back face down. Do this gesture. Oh yeah, and a little tip, it's nice to kind of move this packet over so your arms are not covering each other where they think you might be doing sleight of hand. So you do this, you pick these up, use the same flourish, flipping those over, do that Marlowe flip for a flourish, and then turn these over, and this time you're going to show two aces have come over. And the way you do that is you just push over a single, and a single. Okay? Now you square these up, put them face down. You say, watch. Some people think that when I touch the cards, I do something. I'm going to do it by magic. Just snap your fingers real quick. Say, look, I don't even touch the other cards, and now we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 aces. Okay? And all I'm doing there, the cards are all set, ready to go. You just take the top card, flash the face, put it down. Take the next card, flash the face, place it down. Take the third card, flash the face. Now the last card is actually a double. So you're going to pick them both up, flash the face, and when I put them down, I'm going to offset them and side jog them just a little bit. Because now when I pick these up, it's real easy for me to get a break underneath two cards. Okay? So now you say, look, we'll do it one more time. You turn over the double. You say, I'm going to take the ace of spades, and I'm going to place it back under this pile. And what you do is you put it underneath, okay? You now have the spectator place his hand on top like we did in the performances. And you're going to use a little ending of Steve Drawn's. He did this a little differently on his DVDs, but this is a great way to do it. You just fan out the three aces, and you say that leaves diamonds, clubs, and hearts. You slap the back of the spectator's hand as you spread the cards. It looks like that ace just appears. All you're doing is just doing like a, just a one-hand little spread like that. But you do it and try to time it so when you tap the person's hand, that's when that card comes into view. Then these are turned over, and pretty much that's it. Just a couple of comments. Marlowe, in the original write-up and publication of Bluff Ace Assembly, he didn't use it where the spectator covered the last packet, but Steve Drawn told me that Marlowe did a TV show on the news one time in Chicago, and there he used that idea of having a spectator covered, and I think that really makes it strong. Just a couple of more things just to make this pretty clear for you. The original way, if you don't want to do the bold substitution move or you want to do it a little easier, I'm going to just very quickly show you the original way that this trick was written up. 4 aces, and you count these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You jog the 10th card over, 11, 12 cards. So now because there's a card jogged over, you can pick up and very easily get a break under the top 3 cards, okay? You're now going to do the Browie addition. You're going to place the aces face up, pick up all the cards at the break, so you now have 7 cards, and you're going to do the Browie addition. You peel off the ace of hearts, turn it face down, the ace of clubs, turn it face down, the ace of diamonds, turn it face down, take the cards that are left, drop them on top, and then deal that down, and that down, and that down, and that down. And that's the original layout with the Browie addition. Now you have the same setup that you need to continue on for the Bluff Ace assembly.